Involving the community means making a place where everybody can participate in a theater experience. It's a place for everybody, not just a place for the limited few who've studied XYZ technique for 20 years.
When Ruby and I first started working together as Wise Fool, we had this real vision of it being a totally collective experience, and we didn't want to take on the names of being directors or even co-directors, because we really wanted this collective anarchistic thing. And we found that people got really confused and didn't know how to work with Wise Fool. They didn't know who to come to become part of it. And they started getting really like they wanted to be able to have a person or two people that they could go, oh, that's the person I talk to find out how to get involved in what I do. And so it was kind of begrudgingly that we eventually took on the titles of co-directors.
So everyone's like, singing, I already have it. So we're time from the EOS. 3, 4. Go ahead, everybody.
So the materials that we use are mostly recycled materials and things that you can find around on the street, things that you can pick up really cheaply. Really, it's mostly paper. We use a lot of recycled garbage bags, brown paper bags, newspaper and cardboard, and recycled hardware when we can find it, and old paint that people find in their basements that their landlords are willing to get rid of or not. It's theater that you can go home and do yourself.
The instruments, like everything else that we make, we got the idea from some folk art. And we actually had an instrument building workshop and discovered that we know how to make over 100 different handmade instruments. And they're all made out of stuff that we find that we go, oh, you hit those together and it makes a nice sound. It's part of the magic of what we do, is taking nothing and making it into something.
Street theater is a necessary part of life. When theater happens in a building, you have to pay all this money, and it immediately right there you've crossed out like half the population that's never going to see it.
The name Touch Prayer came out of a rehearsal. People were throwing around words, names, ideas. Touch was really important, specifically for people living with HIV. Once they test positive, there's a sense of becoming an untouchable. In Touch Prayer, we have people write the names of people they know living with HIV onto strips of cloth, and they tie those onto these giant spinning prayer wheels. And so that in that way their friends become part of the community that's part of the piece.
And it's really easy to ignore people walking around chanting some slogan or carrying a sign, but it's hard to ignore a really strong visual image. What Wise Fool offers is something that really makes people stop and look and say, wow, I wonder what these people are up to. Obviously, this is really important to them, or else they wouldn't be making this whole big, giant, beautiful image about it.
Hold this. Careful.
It can't happen to me.
I am too young.
I don't play that way, so it can't happen to me.
It could never happen to any of my friends.
It happens to the older ones, not to me.
Nobody I know has AIDS.
We would like to think that our art can change people and can transform people by bringing them on a journey. We have a view that change is going to happen gradually and slowly, but that it will happen.